Good morning and welcome. Today is Tuesday, September 4th, 2018, and we're going to do a tarot reading using our fairy messages today. I'm going to be drawing from the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue for our daily message today. I get a feeling that some of you will be tuning in for the first time, and this is my first daily reading, so welcome. I hope you enjoy. If you like, please click like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. And here we go. I'll do a shuffle here and ask the fairies. Oh boy, one of them wants to fall out. I like jumping cards. So we're going to take this. We have first message is the Six of Autumn. In this card, it's kind of cool because we are heading into the fall season, and this is time that the message today is that things are coming together in the financial realm for you. You see how this little magic fairy showing up in front of this house. They have their wands. This is about your stability, your financial stability, the way that things take place here on earth for you. So if you're working on a project, if you have a job offer today, you're going to start to see a more fair exchange of how things are coming in and going out. In other words, whatever you're putting into it, you're going to be receiving not just your fair share, but also you're going to be so content with it because it's going to be perfectly balanced. You can see them, the fairies they're just gathered around that door. And so picture this as your earthly dwelling, your things that matter to you, the things you work on, even if they're not a home. Maybe it's art projects, maybe you work in a volunteer situation. Whatever you're working on, this is the fair exchange of that, where it's balancing out, and you will be given exactly what you need in the right amounts. So I'm going to put that right in the middle for today. And the other card that fell out, I'm going to just get it off the floor because I feel like this was the energy coming in. And in these fairy cards, every suit is done by, if you're familiar with tarot, by seasons, because that's the way we evolve here on earth in time, is by winter, spring, summer, and fall. So when we see autumn, we're thinking of harvest time. And so that Six of Autumn would be like the Six of Pence. But coming in is our mentality and where we are. And right now, the reason that you're enjoying this Six of Pence is because you have manifest already the Princess of Winter. So winter would be like swords. In other words, your thoughts. So you've been inquisitive, truthful, realistic, and on the opposite end, it could be undiplomatic. Maybe been a little bit, whoa, cut that off. But it doesn't matter because it's brought you into where you've come through this to get to where you are. And sometimes we think it should go like the time frame, but it's not. So you would think, well, if we're in the autumn right now, we should have just come out of the summer. But these are energies. So these are energies that have to do with the major things in our life. So this would be our thoughts. You've acted in thought. You have, this is kind of the icy chill when they say winter. So when you think of swords, it's kind of icy, chilly thing too, where it's metal and cuts things away. And you use that to diplomatically make your choices. And you can see she's just like, oh, she's got it together. This little lady, she's out in the cold, in the snow. She's even, lifting her dress and showing her warm stockings that she has on. She's got her snow tiger moving out in front of her. There's nothing she needs to be afraid of. And she's got that beautiful, dressed in that beautiful kind of pinkish rose colored dress. You just said that you looked at life from a rosy disposition too. I kind of like that. She's got her ears warm. You can see she's a princess for sure. She's got a little tiara on her head. So, she's learned how to be truthful and be real and speak the truth. So if you had any crazy stuff going on in your job or your money, you weren't being treated quite right, the reason that the 6th of autumn comes up and it starts balancing out is because you spoke out and you acknowledged it. Either you didn't necessarily have to say it to a person, but if you are willing to look at the truth and act on it, then this is what happens. A lot of times we don't like to look up money. I've heard that Louise Hay used to say the two things that people hate to talk about are money and sex. So whenever autumn comes out, we're talking about money. And whenever the cups come out, or summer, that would be love energy. So those two things people try to avoid. We kind of wanted to stay away from those topics. But the topic today is about your money, actually. So let's pull a third card and see what the rest of the story is today. Okay. Oh, well, there we go. We're getting 3 seasons going here. We're looking here at the Ace of Summer. And remember how I told you that this is the love summer. This is where everything is kind of in this season. Everybody's outdoors. We're out, the weather is usually, depending on where you are, the weather is usually perfect. You don't have to be wrapped up like the Princess of Winter was. You're not having to work real hard at harvest because you already did the harvest, and you planted, and now it's time to kind of go out and play a little bit. Enjoy. This is kind of our heart space. Look at that. Now that is a cute little fairy. Now let's take a look at her. She's got a dove with her, a white dove. See that? Peace. Very peaceful. But she looks like she's just got it going, doesn't she? Ooh, not a care in the world. And she's the Ace of Summer. This fairy, it would be the Ace of Cups. And this is a gift from the universe. Love. So, this is about opening up our heart to love. There's beginnings with love. And the rebirth maybe of a love that you've already established and already have in your life. And it could even be the awakening of your spiritual epiphanies your love for spirit, your love for the realm of universe and source. So I'm going to bring out one more oracle card today. In the tarot, so let's just kind of go back over this a little bit. Today's energy is about the work you've put in and how it's coming into balance today. You're there, but the universe is weighing it out, okay, is distributing this equally the way it needs to be to bless you, to bless your hard work. This could be your money, your investments in time, even your friendships, anything you do that supports life here on Earth. It's being balanced out. Sometimes in the Six of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, it just shows sort of a landlord giving the coins equally or moving them around between two children. And there's a sharing going on where they're both content with what they're being dealt out, but it's being dealt out evenly, or even if it's not 3 and 3, 3 to you and 3 to you, the person that's getting the 4, the other person is very content with their 2 because they know that this is all coming into perfect balance. And it's because you worked in integrity, moved in truth, sort of saw the rosy side of life in that cold white area where it's sometimes black and white. In the winter, in the colder zones, it's just white snow, and at night you might just see a black sky against it. So this is where you, as the Princess of Swords, as the Princess of Winter, you've executed your truth. You've lived authentically. And so this is what the result of it is when we live authentically. And by being authentic, we will reap the rewards of love, of the emotional contentment that comes from that. And that's the gift that the universe gives us when we are feeling balanced. You also begin to look out and see that, hey, there's more to life than building a house. There's all of this play out here and fun and going out and playing in the summer fun. All right, let's look at an oracle card. I'm going to use, again, another fairy deck. It's called Magical Messages from the Fairies. This one's by Doreen Virtue. I kind of like how the spread, these 3 cards, they kind of mix up the seasons, and that's how it's going to come, because our life is a continuing looping the source of these energies, and these energies are very fluid. So we don't get stuck in what order they come out in as far as seasons or as far as suits, but we look at that all of this is one, and that there's a time, there's no time, of course, in spirit. So this is just what's going on today. All right. And we have, oh boy. So some of you at the end of, we've just finished summer, we're going into fall, and the message from the fairies today is dietary change. So some of you might have indulged a lot, maybe even yesterday, maybe, wow. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. So if you're thinking about feeling better, and you woke up this morning with a bit of a sugar hangover or indigestion, and you can see here there's like this cute little young, let's see if I can get that in focus a little bit, this young fairy with tiny wings, and she's with this old fairy, and they're sharing a cup of tea. And oh, I love it. I love this one. Look at the pansies up there. They're sharing a cup of tea. They're socializing. And look, she's got these cute little, oh my gosh, these little like pastries. Look at these pastries right here. So you get pastries sitting out, cup of tea. She's sharing wisdom. Look at her hair. Her hair goes up. Her head is like, she's got all of the knowledge that this young girl needs for happiness. And she's like, whatever you do it in love, enjoy it. And I see moderation there. They're like bite-sized treats. And I hope that little girl, that young fairy, does not waste a moment of thought saying, I shouldn't have that. That might not be good. Because all things shared in love have a perfect impact on our lives. And so I really like this card. In fact, this morning, I'm going to put this right over here with these messages about dietary change, and share something real quick with you about this morning for myself. I had been thinking about how hard sometimes it is to resist the pull to diet, to lose weight. There's a lot of us have a consistent pattern of behavior where we criticize ourselves too much. And so this morning I was looking inward for the answers, and I just want to show you. I have my little coffee right here with me, and I made some foam like a latte. And as I was standing in front of my coffee maker and my little foaming machine, I asked myself, I said, do you really want this right now? Is this what would feel good? And I waited, and I got the answer. Yeah, I want to have this sitting next to me so that I can take a little sip and enjoy it and connect with the fun and the beauty of food and my coffee. And I don't have to have it to wake up, but it certainly is a pleasurable. Sometimes it's just the sensation of having it like in this beautiful cup. And I'm going to show you that cup. I love this cup. It reminds me sort of like, I don't know, a little Alice in Wonderland cup. It's nice and wide, and the foam just fits across it. So I almost didn't put honey in it, thinking, oh, maybe I should have something that doesn't have calories in it so that I can use it on the cream. But a little honey can go a long ways in sweetening up your life. And so make the changes, but they're more on the level of finding contentment in being who you are. As you look at that young little fairy, and she's sitting with that older woman, and she wants to get there. She's enjoying this conversation with her. The older woman's reaching out her right hand, a gesture of generosity, and she's smiling and thinking, I want to grow old and be sitting at a table and sharing my tea. So take good care of yourself today. And whatever you do, enjoy. Enjoy it. The balance is going to happen. This is all part of our earthly journey, so enjoy it. And thank you I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.